And I looked at that video. It sickened me how this man was killed. And I saw this knee on his head. And, well, actually it's on his neck. Now, I've been in that same position before in Las Vegas from police, multiple times, where my head was on the concrete and their knee was on my head. And I remember it felt like my head was going to explode like a watermelon. And by the grace of God, I survived. So this man is 46 years old. Guess how old I am? 46. That's right, I'm 46 years old. So this was very personal to me, and I couldn't get it out of my heart. I can't get it out of my mind. Racial Justice Warriors for Christ. I just started that Facebook now. We have a lot of work to do in this area in our world, obviously. And this capitalistic system that just puts money over people needs to be destroyed. As I've seen some signs, I see that. That needs to end, right? And it's disgusting that these cops would rather watch someone die than lose their stupid job so this person could live, right? If my job is going to cause you to die, then quit the job, right? Quit the stinking job, right? I mean, God's going to provide for you, right? He's provided for me, right? I lost a comfortable, nice math teaching job and everything. I could live comfortable. I lived on the streets over 10 years, man. And so don't tell me you can't lose your job for the sake of someone's life. Don't whine to me, because I did it. You can do it too. Exactly. Whoever's listening, right? Don't put your job before people. Don't put the love of money before people. So I wrote this also. See if I can read it here. In saying this, I am not condoning or supporting looting and violence, since Christ is who I try to follow. That being said, I do believe a lawless system invites a lawless response.
Exactly.
If the justice system refuses to hold murderous police accountable and continues to allow inequality of grotesque proportions, that would seem lawlessness is the rule, not the exception. Yes, looting is a crime, but I do believe murder is much worse in God's book. In a lawless society, what more should we expect? Business may complain and point the finger at the looters, but my guess is that a swift justice took place and murder charges were given to murderous officers and death penalties executed, businesses would likely still be intact. Are businesses demanding justice? Or are they simply pointing the finger at the looters responding to a lawless system that threatens their very life? Just some thoughts I had. Hopefully soon more business leaders will demand liberty and justice for all. Let us pray for that. But I won't hold my breath. I'll continue to breathe and speak for God's people while I'm able, and only God knows how long that will be. Thank you for your time, everybody. I got a question for you. I want law and order too, but the thing is the police aren't giving law and order to the citizens, and that's why they're killing people unjustly.
I'm just standing here for law and order, man. I don't want to do your interview or speak or anything. I'm just here being peaceful, doing my law and order protest. So, you have your opinion, I have mine, and you can keep it to yourself, I'll keep mine to myself, and that's where it's at.
But do you believe the police should also keep law and order?
Yeah, I do think they should keep law and order.
So what do you think about the killing of this man?
I don't know. I'm not going to answer that on camera. If you want to have like an off-camera discussion about it, like everything going around the case, that's fine. Because I know emotions are pretty high. I have a different opinion from the rest of the mainstream. I think there's some problems. First off, with some of the footage that's been released, just in my opinion. And if you look at what happened, what we got from the Minneapolis Police Department, they themselves admitted that much of the footage was redacted, and their basis for it, my apologies, was saying that since it's body cam footage, it's not public data, so they have the right to redact it. So that's one of the problems I have with it, is I feel like we have altered footage or footage that doesn't show the entire scenario as it went down. And maybe you disagree, but that's just the way I feel about it. And so that's my opinion, and I think people are really rushing too quick to conclusions. I don't think we've let all the facts get out. I think the trial needs to go and take place. And I don't think, you're out here, you have the right to protest and, speak out against what you perceive to be police brutality, that's fine. But that doesn't mean like looting or doing anything like that, you know what I mean? So I'm just out here supporting law and order, that's all.
Okay, well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, no,
appreciate it. You believe in Jesus?
Yeah, I believe in Jesus, man.
Good.
I'm Roman Catholic, dude.
Roman Catholic?
Yeah.
Well, don't follow the Pope, though. Be sure to follow Jesus.
I know, it's all right. I can tell, man. That's all, man. I'm Roman Catholic, so you got your thing, I got mine, bro.
All right. Huntington Beach, folks.
Helicopter, look. The helicopter's above us.
Helicopter.
should be yelling that at the police department, law and order. Why are they killing people for nothing? Sir, we want law and order too.
Organizer.
I'm a friend of Christ. I'm saying we want law and order too, but we want the police to do law and order. If they don't needlessly kill people, there wouldn't be so much anger out here.
That's right.
So that's what he's here for, I think, is the fight for.
Try to instigate it.
We're trying to defend the rights of the black people that are getting killed needlessly. That's what I think this is about.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
But that's why all this happened, was the murder of that man.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's what kicked it all off.
No, it's not.
That's what kicked us all off, with Greg Floyd's death.
Yeah, well, he didn't die because he didn't participate.
He was not. He did not have to die. He shouldn't have had to die. If that cop would have done the right thing, this whole mess wouldn't have happened.
Who's to say what the right thing is?
Don't kill a man that doesn't deserve to die.
He didn't kill the man. He didn't set out his day to kill that man.
But
he did not send out his day to kill that man. That police officer
he wanted
did
to kill
not
him.
start out his day. No,
I think it's pretty
bullshit.
obvious.
No, bullshit.
So what do you think
the
his
police
president-
do not go out to start to kill people, man.
No, I'm saying
that's not their job,
if he
bro.
put his knee,
I don't care what you say.
If he put his knee on his neck,
I don't care.
For 8 minutes.
For 8 minutes. Who he had a
that's not even police
stopwatch?
procedure.
Was he looking
That's
at his
not even
watch?
police
Was he
procedure.
looking at his
You're
watch?
not supposed to do
Was
that.
he looking at his watch? Yeah, he's a leader. Don't talk to him.
See how blind these people are? They don't get it. They don't get it. They don't understand. There's no law and order for George Floyd. There's no law and order for George Floyd.
Where's the law and order though for all those shootings, man? What about
I'm not in support of looting.
But that's what you're
I'm not in support of looting. No, I'm not.
They
No,
did.
I'm not.
I'm sorry, okay, they're having a dialogue. This is all about having a dialogue. We want to be quiet, we want to be silent so they can have a dialogue.
No more murder. No more murder. George Floyd! Police are here, playing some beat.
It's okay, hang on. Get out of the street, idiot!
All lives matter! No lives matter! Black lives matter! White lives
Good morning. I just want to add some thoughts I had regarding George Floyd. Some people are wondering, why is all the looting taking place? That shouldn't happen. So we'll start from the beginning, I guess you could say. Here's a picture of slave ships, right? Now people will put on the boats way back when. And from that kind of beginning in the country, you have people that are oppressed still. A lot of an economic inequality still, obviously. A lot of racism. a lot of tensions still. Of course, the KKK, all that stuff still around. So there's a lot of problems in our country right now, and there's a lot of animosity and anger for the mistreatment of people. So I just wanted to add regarding what should be done to bring change. I think the public must demand that lie detector tests and psychological exams be given to all police currently, as well as the cadets coming in, to make sure that they are not a danger to society, right? The public really should demand that. And I think that public input into the questions asked these officers should be included in the situation. Interestingly enough, I just read that the CIA and the FBI already used the lie detector test when they're interviewing people. So, of course, we don't want any more crazy people with guns on the police force, or racist people, whatever it is. And I know that Trump stated that when the looting starts, then the shooting starts. But I just saw a video where calm protesters had her hands up in the air, and an officer shot her, looks like with a rubber bullet. You know, and I think, of course, a lot of looting has been taking place in the corporate world for years. There's one quote from Peter Gowan. He says, "The uprising in response to George Floyd's murder by a Minneapolis police officer this week has led to predictable calls to condemn looting. But the real looting in our society comes from the military, the police, the pharmaceutical companies, private equity, the landlords, the real estate speculators, and the billionaires, not protesters against police brutality." Now, of course, there's a lot of truth to that. I'm not justifying looting, violence, and all that kind of stuff, but you know, you keep kicking people, you're going to have a response, right? That maybe isn't going to be so pretty. So where's the church in all this? I think the church needs to be involved in speaking out. And I hope that and pray that other believers will do that. And I'm having a prayer and protest, you could say, at Maxwell Park tomorrow, Saturday at noon. You guys are welcome to come. And it's not going to be nothing violent, nothing like that, but just talking about the situation and praying for change. I think prayer is one of the most powerful things, if not the most powerful thing to bring change. That's why Jesus himself did it so much. And I think this looting and, of course, burning down the police station, that's a response to systematic racism and classism, and not a response to one event. Definitely it's time for major prayer for our nation. And of course, Proverbs 31:8-9 says that we should defend the rights of the poor and the needy. So I encourage all to be involved in that. I want to share a couple more pictures here. I want to share this one. So here is a picture with George Floyd's head being crushed. I've actually experienced something similar, but thankfully not the exact same thing. That's why I'm still alive. But the officer had his knee on my head, on the side of my skull. And that happened to me multiple times in Las Vegas. And this man died at 46 years old. I'm 46 years old. It's really heartbreaking, you know, and he didn't have to die. And really, I understand why there's so much anger and tension and protest in our country. So some people don't understand it. I hope that'll help you understand it. Please do share the video. Do join Homeless Advocates for Christ on Facebook as well. It's my Facebook group. We've been fighting for the rights of the homeless for years. I've been going to city council meetings for years in different cities, and I've been arrested many times for standing up for the rights of the homeless, as a lot of you already know, for street preaching even in Vegas. And I know firsthand experience the oppression of the legal system. And that needs to change, you know. So please, again, do share the video, like, subscribe, and may God bless you all. As you seek first His kingdom always. Bye-bye. One thing I forgot to add was this comment I'd left on Facebook yesterday. I think it's worth repeating. And what I said was, in saying this, I'm not condoning or supporting looting and violence, since Christ is who I try to follow. That being said, I do believe a lawless system invites a lawless response. If the justice system refuses to hold murderous police accountable and continues to allow inequality of grotesque proportions, then it would seem lawlessness is the rule, not the exception. Yes, looting is a crime, but I do believe murder is much worse in God's book. In a lawless society, what more should we expect? Business may complain and point the finger at looters, but my guess is that if swift justice took place and murder charges were given to murderous officers and death penalties executed, businesses would likely still be intact. Are businesses demanding justice, or are they simply pointing the finger at looters, responding to a lawless system that threatens their very life? Just some thoughts I had. Hopefully soon more business leaders will demand liberty and justice for all. Let us pray for that, but I won't hold my breath. I'll continue to breathe and speak for God's people while I'm able, and only God knows how long that will be.